Psalms 83 and verse number 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Shalom, brothers. All right, this brother Howard Shah Zion from the Great Millstone, Pennsylvania camp. I just want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us the truth the right way. All right, truly grateful. Now, I want to bring this out, man, because, what you got here is the curses in Deuteronomy, 28. Slavery, no longer remembering your name, no longer knowing who you are as a people. This is Psalms 83, all bundled up, okay? When you're going to hear these people talk, this is an so-called Indian gathering of people. Some people from Guatemala, which is really, tribes of Israel, okay? I believe the tribe of Naphtali, if I'm not mistaken. And, other tribes as well who are there, okay? So-called Native Americans, Choctaws, and they don't know who they are, man. They think they're different tribes. They think they're different this, they're different that. They're all the same people, man, okay? They're Israelites. Bottom line, some of them are scattered. Some of them there are actually tares, and the Lord will separate when he comes. So, anyhow, without further ado, listen to this clip and listen carefully to the guy who's speaking, the dark-skinned brother at the bottom of the screen, next to looks like a woman, in between two women, okay, one dark-skinned on the right, the other one looks light-skinned, but is what it is. So listen up to what he says, okay?
Or Glenn, they named children down the line those very same names, and that's how we were able to trace back who we actually were. The reason the names were changed is because I think what's missing here is the fact that, as opposed to the African slave, the Native Americans had bounties on their heads. We were cash cows for the settlers, for the invaders here. So hence the name Redskins. Those Redskins had bounty on those skins. So as a survival technique, we had to change our names.
Understood.
We had to blend in.
Sure.
And then came along the census takers who took us from Indian to Negro.
Yeah.
And from Negro to mulatto.
Yeah.
And now black and African American, to wipe out the very memory of us being here so that there's no claim to the land by our people.
Thank you, sir.
See? So, what he basically was saying is the names were changed and all of these things when we know it's biblical prophecy. It's us brothers who are in the know. But the main thing was about money and accumulating wealth, okay, and through theft and robbery. All right, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the devil. Those people which they say in their video as white people, the white man, okay, as if you will, the Europeans or settlers or, the colonists is a nice way to put it. Oh, you're just setting up a colony. Oh, poor baby. Well, it's somebody else's land. You don't have the right to colonize somebody else's land and then by force kill them, rape them, and murder them, and burn their fucking houses down and then take whatever you want and build new ones. And just, poor colonists, poor baby, here's your bottle, little baby. No, I don't think so, all right? You can't have your cake and eat it too. And matter of fact, the cake is not yours either. Esau, you fucking devil. You fucking little filthy little rat, you. All right? Now, you thought that you were going to cut us off from being a nation, but we know who we are. We're Israelites. We are Israelites. All right? Some of us look like the other nations, and it is what it is. But you know what? Israel's seed is what it is. If we come to the knowledge of this truth, then that's just is what it is, man. Okay? Romans 8 talks about that in the 14th chapter. As many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the children of God, man. They are the sons of God. All right? We're sons of the Most High. You cannot delete that. You can't delete the birthright, man. Okay? Esau, you might be upset in that white rage, which is crazy because I want to I want to watch this at the bottom here. White Rage, the unspoken truth of our nation's divide. Now, another guy made a point in this thing. You brothers could check it out if you want. I might leave a link in the description box to watch this. Some of it's sickening to hear women speaking among men. But I do want to say this. You know, they talk about, you know, the scattering and everything like that. They know about that. They talk about the scattering of the people, and they also bring up race. And race is an issue. You know, another guy corrected, because a woman who said, oh, it's not so much about race, it's about class. And indentured servitude had to do with class, not race. That's not true. And when he went to go correct her, the coon sitting in the front with the hat on, who is a coon, he goes, well, let it be stated that people are just sharing their ideas before any contention arises. Why? Because he challenged that fucking false narrative? Fuck you. That's false. He said, well, it is about race. It's much so about race. Because nobody was labeled African, okay, when they were here in slavery. Never, ever, once. They were just black. All right? And blackness, if you will, dark skin, was classified in general as being negative, evil, disgusting, grotesque, someone who would be a slave. Okay? It does not matter, whoever the hell you are. That's why it says colored people not allowed. Anybody with melanin, get out of here. Anyone with melanin, get out. That was the truth here. Okay? When you really look down at this thing, because black wasn't enough. Colored people in general, no coloreds allowed. Anybody with melanin is not allowed up in here, man. So that's what you got. Now there's a lot more sickening bullshit. I'm not going to comb through all this. I'm not going to comb through it because I would be here if I was critiquing and correcting this whole entire narrative of this false narrative that they're painting. Okay, which they got nothing done at the end of this discussion. I've almost reached the end of it. And I waited to comment, you know, along my travels. But what you got here, and one guy just says, well, we got to talk to one another. No, we don't got to talk to one another. Nobody's going to agree. There must be somebody at the head. There must be a decision maker. All right? Companies don't work like that. Everybody doesn't get together and make it this, well, let's all talk together. Well, what do you think, little Susie? You know, well, what do you think, Mary Lynn? Well, what do you think, Joe Schmo in the corner over there, just sits there and eats his lunch? Some people are not qualified to lead. It's nothing personal. You could be a great guy, but you're just not a fucking leader. Why? Because somebody needs to up and just make the goddamn decision, okay? Hey, look, we're taking a left here, okay? Fucking take a left. Or you know what? Hey, fuck that. Matter of fact, I changed my mind. We're taking a right. You know, something just came to me. We're taking a right. Fuck it, we're going. And that's that. And then, you know, because why? Because all of that confusion, the Lord's not the author of confusion. You can't have all these plethoras of opinions. Democracy. And by the way, America's not a democracy. It's a false democracy. It's a lie under the guise of democracy. It's really a dictatorship under the guise of democracy. Okay? It's under disguise. There is something called the elites. The bankers, the central bankers who cannot be stopped. And certain people who talked against those central bankers were shot and killed. Okay, they were shot and killed. So this is something to understand. All right? I believe it was John F. Kennedy that got assassinated, and that was the reason why. It wasn't because they didn't like him and his ideals. No, he got assassinated because he went against the central banks. And people were not fucking with that. Maybe he wasn't in the know and just got elected and they thought they were going to talk to him later and whatever and, you know, roll out the agenda, and he wasn't down with it. And people already liked him and it was too late, so he just had to kill him. Now, that's what happens basically, man, if you don't go along with the narrative and the agenda of the so-called white man. You just get smoked. You get murdered. You will disappear. They will send somebody to your home and they will they will murder you, man. They will murder you, man. They will up and fucking murder you, period. Just like they've done all throughout history. All throughout history, they've done this. And look, the records are right there. Now, we don't have any records or claims to heritage or anything like that because they were changing it. And the guy was talking about that in this thing here. Around 1812, there's no records, city records and none of that shit. There's no records. They were changing people's nationalities, man. All right? From Indian to black. So you couldn't lay claim to any of the land because you're just a black guy. What are you talking about? We looked at the records and it says that you're just black. Blacks don't have any inheritance here. What are you talking about? And then what are you going to do? Because who are you? You're just one guy, and you're being being done an injustice. And that's now what are you supposed to do? See, this is why we need Yahweh Shai. And when Yahweh Shai returns, brothers, he's going to fucking smash and super fucking mollywop the shit out of every motherfucker that had anything to do with this. He's going to super fucking wind up, waka fucking punch all the way to the fucking moon and back. Whoever the fuck had something to do with it, man. All right? And I know that's funny because, we used to say that shit back in the day, man, but whatever, man. I'm being serious, though, because I'm fucking mad about this shit, man. I want a fucking super mollywop fucking haymaker from hell, with hell fire at the end of it. You know what I mean? Fucking sure you can these motherfuckers, man, into oblivion, man. But we can't do shit. All right? Because that's just what it is, man. We're here, and we're in this unrighteous fucking land, and this is where we live at, called America. We have no identity. We're just Americans, and just shut your mouth and just eat your pie. Eat your American pie and shut up. This is what we've been told. So anyways, brothers, man, shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, the house of David. Shalom to all you Akim. All right, who's pushing the four corners, the truth to the four corners of the earth. Shalom to all you kings and all you priests out there. Shalom.